Welcome to the Arsenal Show. We are live, and Arsenal have taken maximum points off of West Ham today. A big win for Arsenal. West Ham 1, Arsenal 2. Massive win. Two of the centre-backs getting the goals. Holding and Gabriel with the important headers to win the game, or important goals to win the game. I'm joined by Jerome Marks. How you doing, Jerome?
Yeah, good. In a bit of disbelief.
In what
bit
way?
calmer
In
than
what way, Jerome?
we was about 10, 15 minutes ago.
What's the
I
disbelief?
can't believe we've won that game.
Oh, really?
I just can't believe we've won it. It's a game. It's a game that I don't think we deserve to win the way we played. But I know it doesn't really matter at the moment. But yeah, I just can't believe we've won. And I can't believe it's like the amazing position we're putting ourselves in. It's just, yeah, that's what I can't believe, really.
Because
Like,
I heard some people turn around when, what was it, after the loss to Southampton, and say if Arsenal manage to get top four, it won't be of their own doing. It will be because of the rest of the teams around them are failing. But a result like this pretty much sticks the middle finger up to people that think that kind of stuff, and especially off the back of the wins against Chelsea and Man United.
yeah, exactly. If you beat Chelsea away, United at home, West Ham away, like that's not other people making mistakes. That's you picking up points. And I just can't believe the position we've put ourselves in now. It's we whisper it, but we're no, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say.
Don't even, Jerome. Don't. I don't even want to see a look on your face that says top four right now.
No, I'm not. I wasn't going to say that. I'll tell you what I was going to say. It's just that we're heading in the right direction.
It shows how hurt you've been in previous years when you don't even want to say that Arsenal are heading in the right direction.
Yeah,
it says it all. What was your thoughts after the Tottenham 3-1 victory against Leicester?
Pressure's on, isn't it? The pressure was well on this game, and once I saw the West Ham lineup, I thought we could be in trouble here. I thought they would take it seriously this game. I didn't think they'd just throw it away because they've got a massive important game on Thursday, but they want to get in. They want to give themselves the best chance of getting in Europe next season, and one way of doing that is via the league. So they're not going to just throw the league away.
Yeah.
And like I've said before, but most times when they have a league game after Europe or before Europe, they don't rotate a lot. He pretty much picks his best team every game. I mean, there's an argument to say that he had a stronger team out there today than we did in terms of like their first choice 11. So we were missing a centre back, a left back, centre midfielder, striker. Like we were missing half the team.
Yeah,
and he only really rested a couple of players.
Yeah, I agree with what you say about David Moyes. There was the only player I knew that would be missing today was Dawson, and that was because he got sent off last week. There was nothing in my mind that made me feel like they would rest players. I was going through all week in my head, like, could they rest players here? Could they rest players there? And I thought to myself, nah, because David Moyes, does not rest, doesn't in general rest players for other games. And then I was thinking about the players that he could potentially, who would you look after out of your team? Declan Rice, no, he plays every game, he's played in cup games against teams who are in League Two. So definitely not going to drop Declan Rice. I think he played in a cup game against the guys that came on Stockport, and they're in a conference. So he played in that. Gerard Bowen is a player that came from lower league and I think even non-league potentially. So even there, that's a player who within himself wants to play as many games as possible, because anyone that comes from lower leagues, they're used to playing games after game after game. It's when they don't play a game is when they start to lose that sort of momentum. So you
Yeah.
want to keep them going. And I was just thinking about the rest of the players in the team. I was thinking there's no one really else that you'd want to sort of rest.
No.
I fully see a strong West Ham team put out today, and that's exactly what they did.
Because if you know what, Kieron, if you were judging it by like what you saw online and stuff, everyone was saying they're going to rotate, weren't they? Like they're sort of building up in your head that this is going to be a big weakened West Ham team. But I never thought that for 1 minute. I didn't think he'd rest a lot of players.
No, definitely not. And we saw that today, and it makes it even the better.
Because they're a good team, aren't they?
They're a good team.
They're a bloody good team, West Ham.
Yeah, mate. But the thing is, if you look at the table and you look at the teams who are probably I think you could probably go down to 8th. Every single one of them teams is a solid team. You've got Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United, West Ham, Wolves, Brighton, and then Newcastle out of nowhere. Eddie Howe, halfway through the season, he's putting himself in the conversation for Manager of the Year. He's managed to take a team from second from bottom to the top half of the table. That's ridiculous. But but just from this season, like consistency, from Brighton in 9th up to top of the table, that any one of them teams can get in the top 4. Not now, but at the start, the way they've been playing this season, it's been a very, very, very tough league this year. And I think once people see how many points Arsenal end up on, they really sort of, I think they get some proper credit for what they've done. Let's get on to the player ratings now. So we've got Aaron Ramsdale in goal.
Couple of heart in the mouth moments with Ramsdale when he came racing out a goal. Lucky not to connect with Bowen because he was nowhere near the ball there, was he?
Yeah.
With that one. And a little moment when I think we were 2-1 up and he played a super cool pass, like maybe to the centre midfielder. I thought, oh my God, like don't take any risks there. But he obviously backed himself. But it wasn't really a game where the keepers had a lot of saves to make, really. I can't really remember too many saves, to be honest. Maybe I give him actually, he made an amazing save in the first half from a corner. And was it Declan Rice? Was it?
That was a great save
from a corner. Quality save. Brilliant.
Yeah, quality save.
That was an excellent save. So maybe I'll give him it was going to be a 6. I remembered that save, so I'll give him a 7.
7 for the save. Okay. Gabriel.
Yeah, very, very good today, Gabriel. I think one of his better games. Obviously, pops up with the match winner. Yeah, I can't remember him making too many errors. He was very solid. I'll give him a 7, Gabriel. I thought he was good.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Nice to see him get a goal as well, and obviously Golden get a goal. Good to see our defenders popping in with some goals over the last couple of weeks. And Tavares as well last week. Rob Holding came in for Benjamin White. What was your thoughts on Rob Holding today?
Obviously, massive, very important goal that he scored. Yeah, I'll give him the same as Gabriel. I think he made a couple of good blocks and clearances in the second half. On the ball, he was okay. They didn't sort of play with too much tempo out from the back today. I didn't think it was a bit slow, but he was fine. Like you wouldn't have thought this is like a sub centre back playing. He done all right. I'll give him a 7. What do you think of him?
Yeah, I agree. I think Arsenal weren't great today. It didn't feel like they really got out of second gear, third gear, maybe at a push. We can't expect the team to play brilliantly every game. We can't expect them to play 7s and 8s every game. And as we've heard from many commentators about every other team except for our own, the mark of a good team is winning when you don't play well. I didn't think we played great today.
We've mastered that, haven't we?
I will take that all day long. I'll take that all day long. Because I've seen us play well for years and not get anything out of it. So it is nice to not be the best team on the pitch and still get 3 points. And then when we have an opportunity to play well and get those 3 points, that we take it as well. So yeah, I'm just happy with the win. I'm happy with the 3 points. I'm happy that we solidified the Europa League at a minimum, and now we can just push on to try and get that third spot, even full spot, even third spot. So yeah, right now I'd take full spot with that. Like, if you could hand that to me now, I wouldn't. I'm not even thinking about third spot. I'm taking full. Good to see you again, Jonathan. Good to see you in, Stephen. So what did you give for Holding? 7, yeah?
7 to Gabriel, yeah.
Okay. Tomiyasu back in the team today. Make a big difference.
Didn't put a foot wrong, really. I thought he was excellent. Considering it's his first start in God knows how long.
2 or 3 months, isn't it?
Yeah, up against a very tricky winger. Ben Rama, over the last few months, or this season, I think he's a vastly improved player from the player that West Ham signed. I think he's got his confidence up a bit, and he's a very tricky player to handle. And there was a couple of times when Tomiyasu just got his body in the way, went off for a goal kick. He
makes a big difference, doesn't he, Tomiyasu?
Massive. I think from kick early on, won a couple of headers, and they probably felt, right, there's no point chucking the ball in the air towards this guy because he's just going to win everything. I heard one of the Arsenal boys was talking about Tomiyasu, saying just in training, he just wins, like who wins the most headers or something in training. It was like, oh yeah, Tomiyasu, like he's ridiculous. Hope that the injury at the end is just cramp and it's not like a reoccurrence of one of his injuries. I saw people were writing that he didn't go down the tunnel after the game. He sat on the bench, and normally when they go down the tunnel, that's quite a bad sign. And if he's just sat on the bench, hopefully it's just a bit of cramp, and they thought, like, let's just get him off. So
yeah, I think when a player's been out for 2 months, it's got to be precaution, isn't it?
Yeah, the trouble is that cramp. He was touching his calf, and I know people get cramp in their calf. That's probably the most common place to get cramp, but that's where he's had his injuries. So I'm sure Arteta will come out after the game and just clear that up, hopefully. But I thought he was brilliant. I'll give him an 8, Tomiyasu. Brilliant.
All right, Tomiyasu gets an 8 from Jerome. Yeah, definitely good to have him back. I think what people don't understand about Tomiyasu, missing a player like Tomiyasu, is because he's such a versatile defender, because he's that right back, centre back kind of player. When Tavares bombs forward or Kieron bombs forward, Tomiyasu tucks in and they create a free at the back, which then allows Tavares to have a bit more freedom going forward and not have to worry too much about coming back. And I think that's a key difference in having someone like Tomiyasu in the team. And I think that's why he tried to play Ben White there previously. Didn't work out the same because Ben White's just not as mobile as Tomiyasu, and it's just not the same. So yeah, keep fit, Tommy. We need you back just for the last few games this season. You can have a little rest after that. Nuno Tavares.
Whoa, it was I think it was certainly one of those games where we saw him make a few dodgy errors, and then saw some of the things that he can bring to the team when he knocked the ball past the right back in the second half and just sprinted straight past him, and that was excellent play from him. I thought it was a bit dodgy. I think defensively, maybe like his awareness isn't the best. Like in terms of there's other players around him, like making runs. I think he needs to be either told sometimes, or I don't know. It's crazy because he looks like a completely different player to the player that when he first broke into the team. I think there was parts of me in the second half that was thinking, right, Tomiyasu's playing right back. I know this is going to sound stupid, but I'd get Pepe on and put him on the right and put Saka back to left back, because I thought Pepe's got the protection of Tomiyasu behind him, and I'm just worried about this left back because he just looks like he's got an error in him, either a pass that can go astray or not being aware. There's just something about him that you think there's going to be an error. So
yeah, I think
not a nice place to be at.
My mate's joke that he looks like a player that just doesn't listen. Like, one of them players that will nod. The coach is saying, "Yep, do this. Make sure you go down left. Make sure you do this. Make sure you tuck in here." And he's like, "Yeah, coach." As soon as they've finished talking, it's in one ear out the other, because he would just not take any notice of any of the instructions. And it does feel like that sometimes. I think there's a player.
It was a real mix.
It was. And I think this is why Arsenal bought him, because he's got the attributes within him to be a good defender, to be a good athlete, to bomb forward, to be a good attacking fullback. But it's a very hard place to learn in the Premier League. You can't just it's very hard to sort of learn your trade in the Premier League at a team that's trying to be top four. And you're the main man right now. So, yeah. Let's just get another one. Which I think he needs to keep on playing and get through this season, and it'll take a lot from these games that he's played and the mistakes that he's made. So yeah. All right, good to see you there, Johnny. Johnny's given Tommy a 7, and he's given Tavares a 5. So what did you give Tavares?
I'll give him a 6, but he's just scraped into a 6.
Granit Xhaka.
I thought our midfield today was just... I'll tell you the word I describe our midfield, right? Proper, basic. Just a basic centre midfield with... I thought El Nene was back to his sort of normal El Nene self. Just keeping it very, very simple. I thought we just invited so much pressure. And I think the midfield, I mean, Xhaka... He just looked like he can't. He just looks like he can't run. He gets the ball, and it's just. I don't know. I didn't think he was great today, Xhaka. To be honest, I thought both of them were just, like I said, basic. I'll tell you this thing. Declan Rice, whatever team he goes to, they'll win the league. He'll be like a Van Dijk signing for someone, that Declan Rice. He's just the only thing, he's head and shoulders.
Talking about 140 million,
he's too good to be. Yeah, I think he's brilliant. I think he's probably the best in that position. He's probably the best midfielder in the league. He'll be a Van Dijk signing for someone. I think if we signed him, I think he would have a much bigger impact than Partey. But look, he played today. He played today.
Who's going to sign him?
He's amazing.
Fork out 140 million for Declan Rice.
Someone will have to give him players and pay the rest or something. But he's so good.
Yeah, no, he's
different class.
He's turning into a Rolls Royce of a midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah, he could do everything. I
can't lie. I did like it when who was it who stood up to him? Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
In Eddie's face, and Eddie weren't having none of it. He was just
he lost his head. He lost his head a bit. He lost his head
there. Yeah.
Declan Rice.
Yeah.
With that,
and Eddie just weren't biting. He was not biting at all. I like that.
But you know what? This is the ref's fault. We wanted to make a sub. We're the only team in the league when you want to make a sub, and the ref is like, no. There's a break in play, but no, don't make the sub yet. Play on. What other team does the ref turn around and say, no, don't make the sub yet?
I don't. There's a lot of things that happen with Arsenal that doesn't happen with any other team. Let's just remember that. People think they were being.
Yeah.
People think they were being soft, but no. There's definitely a lot of things that happen at Arsenal that don't happen anywhere else. Maybe the bottom teams, but they don't happen everywhere else. I guarantee you that. Not now.
Yeah, I thought just Xhaka. I thought he was better second half than first half. And I think Xhaka is. I think he played better when we scored the second goal. After the second goal, I thought he improved a bit. But he needs to have a lot of time on the ball, a lot of space, be able to pick his pass. If he's surrounded by players, then nine times out of 10, he's either going to get caught on the ball or just turn into a blind alley. It's just his lack of athleticism is just a very big thing for me. I'll give him a 6 for today, Jacker.
Right, 6 from Jerome. Mohamed El Nene.
Yeah, I'd give him the same. Not as compared to the United game, didn't sort of move forward as much as the United game, whether that be a dribble or a pass. Just a very typical El Nene performance from like what we're used to. Like no glaring obvious mistakes, but just didn't offer much value. Just kept the ball okay, but it was just always looking for the simple pass, and that's 9.9 times out of 10. That's what you're going to get with El Nene. Mm-hmm. He was all right. Again 6.
All right, El Nene gets a 6 from Jerome. Martin Odegaard.
Yeah, a bit quiet. I thought Odegaard. Compared to what he compared to the game he had last season there, chalk and cheese. You remember last season he sort of got us back in that game single-handedly.
Yeah.
Not his best day. So nice tidy passes at times, but not involved enough really for me. Not involved enough. I'll give him a 5, to be honest.
All right, 5.
What did you think of Odegaard?
I'd probably give him a 6. Yeah, it was a quiet day. The thing is, like, the performance Arsenal put in today, it was never going to be anything spectacular, and I thought that it was always going to be a very battle-hardened, resolute victory, where it might be a 1-0 or a 2-1. And I couldn't see it being anything like a game of the day, a pick of the best watch. It was always going to be, even the goals that we scored were the kind of goals that you expect us to score against West Ham or away from home, or even like a scrappy, scrambled goal. But look, I enjoy these as much as any other one. It's 3 points. I just didn't expect too much of a performance out of us today. I just thought it'd be a tough, battled win, and that's what we've got, I think. And I'm happy by that, because I think we need to be able to play these games where we come up against teams that are very good at the low block, very good at sitting in, very good at being organised, and then we still take points of them, because the last 2 years we haven't. So yeah, I'm happy. All right, what's Johnny saying? Johnny's saying El Nene 6, and he's saying Odegaard 6 as well. That's same points as what I gave him as well. So, what are you giving Odegaard?
I did say 5, but maybe that's a bit harsh. So I'll go for 6.
He's gone for a 6. He's changed his mind. Johnny, you changed his mind there, mate. Nice one.
Easily swayed.
Easily swayed. Saka.
Couple of brilliant moments from Saka, but again, not. I'd love to have just seen him give him the ball more, and just him to. He had the beating of that left back, I think, all day long, either outside or inside. But he didn't have enough opportunities to really have a go at him. Every time he did, he either got a shot off or like something came from it. I tell you what, he was bloody. I think he's lucky not to get sent off, because he got that booking, which was a stupid booking, which he didn't need to make, when he clipped, I think, Bowen's heels. Like, it was a petulant foul. And then when he went down, like injured, but he like handballed the ball. Like, if the ref was in the mood for it, he could have sent him. He could have sent him off for that. He went down. This is when we wanted to make the sub. He went down, Saka.
Oh yeah.
And he he handballed the ball. Their players made a little bit of it, but not enough. But mate, I'm telling you, like, that could have gone to VAR, or the referee, if he was in the mood, he could have given him a second yellow for that. Like,
and it was what's his name? It was
Mike Dean.
Mike Dean. I can't stand him. I'm not going to say hate, because it's not that deep, but I can't stand him. I feel like he wants to be a part of the game. He wants to be Like it's not just the two teams playing; it's two teams and the ref involved. That's what Mike Dean I feel wants to be a part of. Like he's a part of the show. It's like it's not. You're not. You're just not, mate.
Yeah, no one's tuning in to watch Mike Dean, are they? He just happens to be the ref.
Yeah, and when they do tune in, and it is Mike Dean, they're like, oh, it's Mike Dean. Johnny says Ramsdale was lucky to get away with the challenge. I think, to be fair, there was two players covering, so I think if he was to get a red card, we'd be sitting here fuming about the red card if he was to get that red card.
Ah, right, yeah.
Because there were two players just covering, just as he tried to get that, and did he even clip him? I don't know.
He didn't, but he was very close.
Exactly. It's one of them ones where it's like it's a yellow card because the players had to ride the challenge to avoid getting hurt. So for me, that's still a yellow card. It's still a booking. It's still a foul because if Ramsdale's not coming through at 50 miles an hour, studs showing.
Yeah.
Then Bowen's not got to try and ride that challenge and get out of the way. So it is a foul. But I don't see it as a red card because the player's got quite a lot to do after that, even if Bukayo Saka's given 7 as well. What did you give Saka?
Yeah, I'd agree with Johnny. I thought the periods when he was in the game, he was very dangerous, and I'd give him a 7. But like I said, I think lucky to not be sent off, to be honest.
All right, yeah. Eddie Nketiah.
Oh. He had quite a funny game in Nketiah because I'll tell you what something I didn't. No, I'll start with the good things. He was always a threat, like on the counter attack, wasn't he? He always made himself available, put the defenders under pressure, had a few opportunities. He tried the same shot about 7 times, which never seemed to work, curling it like from the left to the bottom right hand corner. So he had a few opportunities, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
What wasn't so good is in the build up to West Ham's equaliser, the goal that they scored. He had the ball near the halfway line, and he had acres of space around him. I'll send you there's a good picture of it. All he had to do was play the ball out wide to Saka, and it got intercepted by Declan Rice. And about a minute later, they scored. It was like the most simple pass, and he sort of gave it away like a cheap ball, and they scored. It was like in the build up to the goal. He had a all right game. I would actually give him a 7, based on that he was like a bit of a threat, but just that lack of quality.
Yeah.
In terms of like putting the ball in the back of the net, like yeah. I'll give him a 7, but you can just see the quality's not quite there.
Yeah. Thoughts on Nketiah's future? Is it swayed anyway?
Mate, I don't think he's good enough to be our second choice striker. So, and I don't think he'd probably accept being our third choice. So, I think he'll probably go.
All right. Gabriel Martinelli.
Yeah, quiet. Martinelli, especially the first half, didn't see any of the ball. It's one of those after the first 5 minutes, I thought, should have started Smith Rowe. And then Martinelli would be a good player to come on because of his pace. They'd be tired, especially after their game on Thursday. Super quiet, as quiet as Odegaard, I'd say. But I guess that's what you get with these young players. Like, it's the inconsistency, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame because we know how good they can be. When they have these days like this, it's like a waste. You think
only if we drop points though.
Yeah,
I think the key thing is we haven't dropped points. Yes, we want to see a good performance, but 3 points is always the most important thing. And especially in this running right now.
I'll tell you what it is. If you compare like this performance today to like when we played Liverpool at home, when he was like like every time he got the ball, you were like, oh my god, this something's gonna happen. It's just too much of a difference.
Yeah.
In terms of the type of performance. But that's what he's done. He set the bar so high that our expectations are to see him how he played in that Liverpool game.
Yeah. And I think the same is to be said for Smith Rowe as well. Saka, Odegaard, they've all set their bar so high that it's like when people are talking about Saka didn't have the best game today, it's like he scored and got an assist. But he weren't as good as what I've seen. And this is what we're doing. But Martinelli, I fully agree. He was it wasn't his best game today. Wasn't fully at the races. I do wonder. This is the first season where any of these, bar Saka, has played this many games in a row.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Forget about the fact that we've only playing one game a week. But these kids have not played solidly one game a week of men's football back to back throughout the season. Yeah. Smith Rowe certainly hasn't. Martinelli certainly hasn't. Odegaard maybe in Spain, but not in England, and he hasn't had a full season in England previously. So, yeah, I feel like it's starting to catch up with them, we've just got to try and get through it.
It's good that they're managing to get the last two games definitely. Maybe even the last Chelsea game as well, up until the penalty. They found a way to get over the line. I felt like we were inviting too much pressure. I thought it's going to tell soon. I thought West Ham are just piling people forward. They got all the ball. I just thought, are we going to be able to hold out? But they managed to do it. Credit to them.
Take it all day long. What are you giving Martinelli?
Maybe I'll give him the same as Odegaard, a 6.
Jerome, don't feel bad about giving anyone these ratings.
I
think they're fair ratings. Even if you was to give drop some of these down from 5s to 6s to 5s and 7s to 6s, Arsenal, overall, individually, Arsenal did play great, but as a unit, they did enough to get the 3 points. Yes, you can pick individual performances from those. This one, but attacking wise, we weren't great. This is why 2 centre backs scored the winners.
From corners or set pieces, wasn't it? Both.
Exactly.
But mate, what a result! Honestly, amazing result. Amazing.
Great result.
Yeah.
Great result. Emil Smith Rowe
done very well when obviously he wasn't on the pitch for that long, but he done brilliantly. He showed really good quick feet, close control. When I think was it Lokonga when he set up Lokonga? Yeah.
I was just about to speak about the Lokonga shot. We've got to try and get some composure, whether that's Tavares, whether that's Lokonga, Smith Rowe.
Yeah,
he's starting to come a little bit more with Saka and Martinelli, but still, if they're going to be the clinical forwards that we want them to be, they've got to start being more composed in and around the area. It's like that tee up from Emil Smith Rowe was laid up so nicely. It was just going along the grass, nice and slowly. Just got to get your head over it and drill it. And it's they're leaning back, Johnny Wilkinson, arms out wide, making sure they get some good height on it. It's just hitting Rowe's edge, taking out the pigeons. Bobby Zamora will be impressed, mate.
The funny thing is, every week Arsenal put out these training videos, and there's always a few minutes of them doing their shooting practice. It's Arsenal, whoever's in charge of that, don't put out videos of the shooting practice because there's no point. It's obviously not. It's not going into the games. Their shooting practice, so just save it, keep it in the archives, and just leave it for people internally. Don't put it out for everyone to see because when Eddie's taking those shots, when they're constantly getting saved, or when that Lokonga one, it's what's the point?
Yeah, it was just knocked a beer out of someone's hand. Absolutely awful. Come on, you got to do better than that, Arsenal. I'm not gonna moan too much about them because we're used to it this season. Thomas Partey, Lokonga, Tavares, they're all doing it. Yeah, Smith Rowe, Saka. However, next season I'm fully expecting to turn at least 5 of these 45 shots that have gone out the stadium into goals. Now I'll take that. I would happily take that. Melvin, Mr. Mark says, why did it take so long to bring Smith Rowe on? What's your thoughts?
Yeah. I thought we should have made some subs earlier, especially because not only have their players tired, our players look knackered as well. I don't know why. He should have made changes earlier, especially like we were saying, like Odegaard and Smith Rowe. They were having, Odegaard and Martinelli were having like quiet games. They weren't involved, so they weren't involved. They were getting tired. Like freshen it up a bit. We needed some fresh legs. So I don't know, mate. I don't know what his thinking was behind that.
Smith Rowe, what are you giving him?
He wasn't really on the pitch long enough, to be honest. 5.
Yeah, 5. The Conga.
Yeah, same. Well, maybe a 4 because at least Smith Rowe done something. At least Smith Rowe done something that was quite good.
And Cedric, I think, came on for Tomiyasu. Yep, Cedric.
5 again. He was all right. He was all right.
All right.
Yeah.
Cedric off to Porto. Seems like, or this off at the end of the season. So it seems like we very much are going to come in for another right back. So it'd be interesting to see who they do buy. Final thoughts on the game before we go, Jerome?
I'm very, very pleased it's over. I was looking at the clock an awful lot. That is huge, and I wasn't really expecting it, especially when I saw West Ham's team. So I knew it was going to be a tough game anyway. And then when I saw they were playing most of their big guns, I thought, this is going to be super hard for us. So amazing result. It's put us in it's put us in a brilliant position. Look, let's face it. I'm not get carried away, but it has. It's put us in a brilliant position now. Yeah. And Spurs have got a very tough game next. You probably couldn't get a harder game in the league if you tried.
Especially in the position that Liverpool are in, where they need to win that game as well.
That's it. They need to win. They've obviously got the Champions League game, I think, either Tuesday or Wednesday. But he seems to rotate a little bit, Klopp, and they're 2-0 up. So we'll all turn into Liverpool fans on Saturday night, and hope that we can do the business on Sunday against Leeds. But amazing result.
Yeah, exactly. My sentiments as well. It's a great win for Arsenal. I think Johnny said it himself. He said, "Great win, but not a great watch." And if I'm honest, I take it all day when it comes to just getting that top 4.
Just watching it like that.
We're in. That's how I've been watching a lot of games. I have to watch the games twice because I can't really say that I've watched it the first time because it's horrible. It's horrible watching our team. Like, we're not in a position where I can just be like, this is 3 points today. Get that first goal, boom. Okay, this is easy sailing. Yeah, this is an easy, emphatic 3-0 victory today. Like, it just doesn't happen. And even if we do win 2-0, 1-0, 3-0, my heart is still going 10 to the dozen. What is Warren saying? Warren's saying Leicester made 8 changes for Tottenham's game today. I was hoping the Hammonds would do the same. They didn't need to, Warren. They didn't need to. We've still done it. All right. Let's just concentrate on the Leeds game. We do need to, Melvin. We know we do. Big game coming up. Big game. All right. So final thoughts on the game. Massive win for Arsenal. We've solidified, we've confirmed that we're going to be in Europe next season, back in Europe where we should be. It means we can start doing the business in the transfer window because there will be players that would have only joined us if we were in Europe, so we can get them out of the way. We start doing the early talks for those. And it will also allow us to sort of start talking to these other players, even the ones that will only join us if we're in the Champions League. We can at least start having conversations with those. It's a good day for Arsenal fans. It's a good day for Arsenal. Big game coming up next week against Leeds. They're a team that you just never know. They're still not fully out of the relegation battle.
They're well in it. They're well in it, Leeds.
They're well in it. Yeah, and if you look at Leeds' recent results, they've actually had a really good turnaround since Jesse Minish has come in as well. I think they've won won 3 and drawn 2 since he's come in. So they've definitely changed something in their team. And yeah, although Arsenal have had a very good record against Leeds in the past couple of seasons, this is still going to be a very, very tough game. So I wouldn't be looking at the Tottenham game and thinking that they've got Liverpool, because we've still got to do the business when it comes to playing against Leeds. And you never know, Tottenham could pull out a victory against Liverpool. Like, even though this Liverpool team seemed invincible, Tottenham could do it.
God forbid. God forbid.
As someone's very, very wise, learned uncle once says, football's a funny old game. So you never know. You never know. All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone, today. Thank you for everyone in the comment section. Johnny, Melvin, Warren, thank you. Appreciate that. Jonathan as well. Stephen as well at the start. Thank you very much for joining us today, Joe.
Yeah, of course. Cheers. Thanks.
All right. And as I always say, smash that like. Smash that subscribe. If you are new to the channel, come and subscribe to us to show your support. If you are regular, smash that like button and make sure everyone knows on the algorithm that you're enjoying the show and you are watching. If you are watching on Facebook, I know you're lying because I'm still barred. I don't know when they're going to allow me back in. Maybe I shouldn't have disputed it, but I didn't know what I did wrong. So yeah, it is what it is. We move on. If you're watching on Twitter, make sure you come over next time. Make sure you hit that link in the comment section so you can come and join us live. Yeah, peace out, people. Stay safe and wash your hands.